Hey guys, this is Alex. I'm here in the TST garage with a 2025 Yamaha MT-03, and today I'm going to show you how to install the quick turn throttle from TST Industries onto your motorcycle. The intention for this product is to reduce the throttle rotation of your stock throttle, which in our opinion is a little bit too high from the factory. This one will reduce the rotation by 14 degrees or about 17% when compared to the OEM one. Also want to mention, this was designed and is manufactured here in-house in our facility in Florida. This is a direct bolt-on replacement, easy installation. So with that said, let's get started. The first step will be to remove your bar end. Whether you have the OEM one or an aftermarket one, such as this Wometech bar end in our case, you will have to remove it. And for this, I'm using a 5mm T-handle. And it comes right off. Then the next step is grab your Phillips screwdriver, and you're going to want to remove the two screws at the bottom of the housing. There's one in the front and then one here in the back. And at this point, the bottom side of the housing will come off. Now there is another screw inside, which also uses a Phillips screwdriver. If you can see it, it's going to be somewhere in the middle of it, or you may just have to kind of feel for it. This one's a little bit harder to access. This is the only screw inside the housing that you'll have to remove. So you can't miss it. It's just a little bit trickier to get to. You will note that the one that's inside is a longer screw and it doesn't have a washer. So remember that during the assembly process. The next step is to remove the screw that's right next to the hazard light switch on the back side. Also a Phillips head screw. With all the screws removed, you can now split the two case halves apart. There's not quite a lot of room to work with, but then you will see the inside of the OEM throttle. You're going to undo the cables. There are two of them. And then the OEM throttle will slide out. Next step is to take the TST quick turn throttle and assemble it in pretty much the reverse order that we took the stock one off. Now there are a couple of things that I want to show and mention before I start. On the housing, there is a little feature here in the middle that goes inside of a hole that's here at the bottom on the handlebar. That prevents the housing from rotating. So when you assemble it, you want to make sure that goes in, otherwise you won't be able to fully assemble it and to seat the screws completely. The other thing I want to mention, there are the two cables, and you'll put them in exactly like the OEM ones were. So the one at the front will go in this slot, and then the back one will go in the second slot, the one that's oval shaped. With the throttle cables in place, you can now put the housings back together. But remember, you have to slide it in so that feature on the bottom houses engages the hole in the handlebar. And now you will put the screws back in the same order as you took them out. So I'm going to start with the back one here, the one by the switch. Next one is the one that's inside. This one again will be a little bit more difficult to see. Tighten that one down. Okay. And the last step is to put the bottom side of the housing in place and fasten it with the 2 screws. Now the next step is to verify throttle operation. In some cases, it may not do that right away. This just means that the throttle cable needs to be adjusted. For that, you'll want to adjust the throttle cable from here. If you don't know how to do that, you can see that in the owner's manual typically. But ours works perfectly fine, so there's no need for adjustment. You'll also notice there are some slots at the end of the throttle tube. The reason for those is because this throttle tube is designed for universal handlebars, clip-ons, and a variety of other grips. Most grips are typically longer than the OEM ones, so the throttle tube is made to be longer to accommodate those, but it can be shortened. We provided the marks for you to cut it if you want to shorten it for a shorter grip such as the OEM one. Now the next step is to reinstall the grip of choice, whether it's the OEM one or an aftermarket one, and then reinstall the bar end, and the installation is complete. So as you can see, the installation for the TST quick turn throttle was pretty simple. This results in an overall improved feel of the throttle and also shorter rotation. This product pairs really well with our WORX ECU tune and our WORX velocity stacks to give you the most performance out of this bike without doing any engine modifications. If you're interested in this or any of those other products, feel free to check us out at tstindustries.com. See you next time.